quick disclaimer to anybody who watches this, hoping that I draft the person who you want to draft, because
for real.
I think I speak for us both. Look, it's not what I think they would do necessarily, but what I would do if I was them, so to
The
speak.
GM,
Yeah. And like going through it, I know some of the picks we have are the same, and then we have some that are like same position, different player, just depends on value and stuff like that.
And see, I had noticed that when I was looking at your list a little bit in mine. I was like, ooh, like, hey, it kind of works out either way. Almost.
Right. It's like both players, So let's jump right into this. First pick, this is really a give me. I think anybody in the world would probably pick this. Now, again, Caleb, disclaimer, Caleb's not here today, but we do have a spot for him when he does join doing our mock drafts. But this was his pick. All the other ones, he won't have a pick. But I think this would be everybody's pick.
Agreed.
Pretty self-explanatory. We're going to move on here. Now, this is where it gets a little different, right? Definitely. You got Jamar Chase going number 2 to the Jets. So do you think that's because Sam Darnold's going to stay, or is because you later in the draft drafted a quarterback?
It's both, actually. Like I'm glad that came up like that, because I actually feel like, even if they do get the quarterback late in the draft, that he still might need a whole year or half a season to build up a little bit chemistry. So they're still going to run Darnold. And right. What better way to run him with, a nice little weapon like Chase?
Right. I mean, I can see that happening, especially because a lot of people forgot about Jamar. He didn't have tape last year, so everyone went with the Devontae Smith, thinking he's the number 1 guy. But I think Jamar is the number 1 receiver off the board, but I just don't have him going yet. I got Zach Wilson. This is if they don't believe in Sam Darnold, which I don't think they do.
I don't think they do either. So quarterback is like a perfect
right. You're at number 2, so you might as well draft him now. And Zach Wilson has the best fit. I think, I didn't feel like Sam was the best fit for the Jets when they drafted him, but I feel like Zach Wilson has those qualities. So number 3, same pick here. It's kind of the pick to make, honestly, because in my opinion, Sewell is like the number 1 tackle on the board. Like, he has to go first. You can't draft anyone.
You got it. You have to protect Tua out there.
Right. And they probably could go like a Jamar Chase or something here, but it wouldn't make very much sense because Sewell won't last that long in the draft. Number 4 here, we both got quarterbacks going Falcons. No surprise. So Justin Fields might be the pick to make, right? I think that's
it could be. Hey, Mac Jones isn't bad either.
Here's my thing with the Mac Jones pick. I know I'm gonna get some hate for it, but here's my thing with Mac Jones. I like his intangibles. He's got a big arm. He doesn't lock onto his number 1 a lot, and I think he's gonna have to bring that to a team like the Falcons. Justin Fields is a good talent, but I don't know.
I do agree. Like, I feel like Mac Jones is more Matt Ryan-ish.
Right.
So that would fit.
The fit would be there. And Justin would work well with the Falcons. I think Justin's just a guy you have to build around, and I don't think
I agree.
Atlanta's in that stage right now, especially with the coaching staff and everything. They need a guy who can be their guy now. So number 5, you got Roshan Slater. Now this is one when I did it and I seen your pick, I was like, I could see that because they probably wanted Sewell, right? But he's off the board. So you got your guy in Roshan Slater.
Chase isn't a bad pick if he's there,
And I don't think realistically Jamar can get past the Bengals because he has such a big background with Burrow.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're sure right.
I don't think he goes past 5, and I would love the Eagles to have him, but I think this is his ceiling is 1 through 5. He can't get past that. We got next pick. Bless you, brother.
Thank you.
Philadelphia Eagles here at 6. Now, I do like Devontae Smith. If we were to draft him, I wouldn't be mad about that. I just feel like Devontae's more of your number 2 guy, and I think we have a number 2 in Jalen Reagor.
Agree on that.
Kyle Pitts to me is one of the most versatile tight ends in the draft. I think he's the most versatile pass catcher I've seen actually coming out in a long time. So more of, my love for the sport or for the Eagles. This is more of a biased pick, but sorry. But Devontae Smith definitely would be a great fit for the Eagles, I think, as well. Yeah, and then I got Devontae backing number 7 here.
I mean, if he doesn't go to y'all, he's definitely probably going
Lions, yeah.
Because I mean, what other way to feed Goff?
Right, and not only that, you're gonna lose probably Marvin Jones or Galladay after this upcoming season, so you got to get that number 2 guy in. I think that's a perfect fit with the Lions. Micah Parsons, a very good linebacker. I think, however, in his draft, his knee's gonna slip a little bit. Wouldn't be
I
bad
could definitely
though.
see him going later or even sooner, depending on who wants to pull the trigger.
Right. I think it just depends on how comfortable. Like if Micah Parsons gets picked right here by the Lions, they probably feel good about getting a wide receiver later in the draft.
Definitely.
Moving on, number 8, we got the Carolina Panthers. Now, this is my dad's team. And we thought alike, quarterback, you have to get the quarterback now, right?
Yes, sir.
If Zach Wilson falls to 8, this is good value for him. If you can get him.
I'd be shocked too. Like, don't get it twisted. If he goes number 1 or 2, I wouldn't be like, oh my God. But
right, it's not it's almost like a Baker Mayfield situation. But yeah, if you can get him right here at 8, I think that's a win for the Panthers. Now I got Trey Lance here because Zach Wilson obviously went earlier to the Jets, right? But I think Trey Lance fits well with the Panthers scheme. He's got a big arm. He can make the plays. He's not as accurate as Zach Wilson, but I think you keep him under Bridgewater for maybe a year, and then you're good to go.
Let him go, yeah.
Now here at 9, you probably pick Caleb Farley because you're kind of hoping the Cowboys are picking. But dude, I
I really think these are I think both of these picks right here are 9 and 10, no matter how you cut it. Like even if they grab Surtain, I think we grab Farley. But
right,
I definitely
that's
some hope out there.
But yeah, I mean, realistically, I couldn't see him getting past such a cornerback needy team like the Broncos. I feel like he's CB number 1 in this draft. Then it's Caleb Farley. But if you ask me personally, I like other corners ahead of Farley because he's only had a year at that position. But that's neither here or there. 10, I got Justin Fields. Now this Cowboy fans are gonna hate me for this, but listen, if Dak Prescott does not come back, don't be surprised. Justin Fields is good value at 10. It's great value at 10.
Oh yeah.
If you can get Justin Fields at 10, then even if you bring Dak back, you have him as your backup. Andy Dalton,
franchise tag Dak.
Oh man,
now we got a replacement for the next season.
Right, it's a Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz-esque kind of get here.
Hey, if for some reason Surtain is there, that's where we go. Hopefully,
yeah.
Like if he made it, bro, and we don't pick him, like Jerry has to go. He has to fucking go.
That's how I feel about Howie. I mean, you can't really screw up a number 6 pick. We'll see if that happens. 11, the G-Men. Look, Giants fans, if you can get Jalen Waddle here, I think that's big. He's my number 3 on the board.
I like it, but the only thing that I say they don't is I think they really like what's his name at slot? Sterling Shepard.
Oh, Sterling Shepard. Yeah, I think Waddle is just like that speed.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's
right. He reminds me of like a McLaurin for Washington. Like Sterling Shepard's going to be your intermediate guy, and then you have your big playmaker because Tate's old. Let's be honest, he's probably out the door.
Yeah.
But Gregory Rousseau is not a bad pick here either. They need defensive linemen to go along with.
I'd almost hope they grab Waddle
over Rousseau. Yeah. I mean,
don't want to play.
That's true. I don't know because Jalen Waddle, man, healthy he could be scary. I mean, as Eagle and Cowboy fans, you you really don't want Gregory Rousseau on the Giants defense.
And look how fast Waddle was back on that ankle after he.
Yeah, we got to see the 40 time. I think if they do a combine.
Hey, this is crazy. Like everyone that we're not the same. It's just like
right. It could be interchangeable. Right.
Almost, yeah.
So we have the same idea because 49ers need help in that offensive line bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Regardless of who's at quarterback. If you get Roshan Slater here at 12, I think that's big. And Christian.
Oh yeah, if he's still there for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're really getting a still either guy. I think both guys are going to be pretty well rounded. So no change there really. Now here's where Jalen Waddle goes for you to the Chargers.
That'd be huge for what's his name, the quarterback, Justin Herbert.
Right. And Jalen Waddle has a similar play style to like Mike Williams to me, with the speed. But I think one of those guys got to go, and it's probably going to be him, Mike Williams. You're going to keep man, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. He's a little older, right? Vincent Jackson. Maybe Vincent Jackson. What's his name?
I'm trying to think.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Monique will kill me right now.
Yeah,
you're going to keep Keenan Allen. Hunter Henry's probably gone. Jalen Waddle makes sense. I got Caleb Farley. I mean,
they do need defense.
Honestly, their cornerstones are probably their linebackers, right? Because they drafted last year, right? And then they got the defensive line and then Ingram. So they need pieces on the outside. I think Caleb Farley's a pretty good fit for the Chargers. 14 here, we went on two different sides of the ball. Kwity Paye at 14 would be about where I would say his value is. He's probably my number one edge.
Yeah, I saw some boards have us grabbing him at 10. It was like, I don't want defense, not tackle, not on the line.
Yeah, honestly, I got Samuel Cosmi, and I think that's value for him as well because they're going to need a tackle, and since this class is very big in tackles, I think they all kind of go like in the first.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's some good tackles out there too, some big boys.
Right, I think wide receiver and tackle is probably going to be the biggest part of this draft. 15. And here's where Kyle Pitts goes. If you can get Kyle Pitts at 15, I think you've. I
feel like Belichick would pounce on that for sure.
Right.
I feel like he's a mold between like the Aaron Hernandez, Gronk tight end almost. You know what I mean?
Right, and he's a little bit faster. He's kind of like a man. I'm trying to think. The Colts had him at one time at tight end when Manning played, but that's who he reminds me of his play style. He's able to separate. But yeah, I got Micah Parsons. I think
that'd be huge
this kind of fits more of what they want to do because I think Gilmore is going to be gone pretty soon. He's getting older.
Hightower will probably be gone soon too.
Right, and they're going to need defensive pieces. Starting with Micah's probably the best thing they could do at 15. True. 16, here we go with Najee. Now, Najee Harris probably in real life doesn't go this early. He probably goes around when you have him, I think, a couple picks later.
He could. You never know just who invested in him. Like
I just like the idea of Murray, Harris, Hopkins combo. You know,
that would be nasty.
J.C. Horn is actually better than Caleb Farley. I think his intangibles are better. He's longer.
He is decent.
He's better on ball. His release probably isn't as good, but he's fast. He stays with guys. So this would be a big pick, especially with Peterson and those guys getting or Patrick. Yeah, Patterson when they're getting older. So 17, we got the Raiders. I got Kwity Paye going here. Again, it's not far from where you had him, but definitely defense for the Raiders.
Yeah, that'd be a nice fit with him too. Yeah, we're both right there though, both on the defensive side for sure.
Yeah, I think their offense is fine. I mean, you got to figure something out at quarterback. I think that could be done in free agency, however. So I think focusing the defense for the draft is perfect for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Super necessary.
18. Now, I don't really think Rashad Bateman is his what do you call it? Like his range. He's probably a second rounder realistically, but I think for what Miami needs, right? What Miami needs, they need a guy like Rashad Bateman. And Najee Harris for the Dolphins would be huge as well to play with Tua.
Yeah, I think so.
Together.
Be a huge safety blanket for him.
Right. You just it's someone to go
Let
to.
it to him. You could throw it to him. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the offensive side of the board is the focus since they went with Penei Sewell first. They got offensive linemen. Now they're building around that.
That'd be huge. Oh, yeah, we both had them get a Sewell, huh?
Right. So at 19, we got the Washington football team. Mac Jones going here would be tremendous for them. I wouldn't want that to happen.
Me neither.
But would be a great pick for them here at 19. I
probably start him right off the reel.
Right. And this is where I think Darrishaw's value. Now, you could probably put who did I have? The Texas tackle. You could probably have him. You could probably swap those. I think Darrisaw might go.
Samuel.
Right. Samuel Cosme. So I think you could swap those guys, but this is where I have him. Kind of biased, to be honest.
I agree with that. Like either way.
We have the same pick here with Terrence Marshall Jr. I think he fits the Bears the best. It's just kind of like a value pick.
Yeah, and if they're gonna ride Trubisky any longer, they're gonna need someone over there to help out Robinson and Montgomery for sure.
Well, yeah, and I think Allen Robinson's probably going to be gone. That's why they went and got a guy like
Terrence definitely.
And man, that's another question. What are they going to do about Trubisky, Foles? That's probably a free agent move, though.
Yeah, definitely. We'll find out for sure.
You got Cosme going here to the Colts. Good value pick here. I got J.C. Horn, and this is more biased. They like Xavier Rhodes. They need a guy opposite of him.
That'd be nasty.
And their defense will be, I think, complete. But forget the Colts, honestly.
Yeah, true.
Christian Barmore here. I don't even have him in my first round, and I started to think about it, and I was like, I would probably pick this pick here. They need a defensive tackle.
Yeah, but I need defense for sure. That's it, really.
Yeah. But
I mean, a few spots on offense, but
Titans, yeah. Titans are pretty much ahead of that division now. I don't know if Carson Wentz with the Colts really isn't a for sure thing, I mean, the man only had, 1 or 2 wins because Hurts came in and won himself a couple games. So
that's why I had him getting a tackle, man. They cannot let him get hurt back there.
Yeah, that'll be devastating to us Eagle fans and to the Colts. Let's go 23. We got the Jets back on the board for their second pick. Here you got them getting Trey Lance. This would be ideally perfect. You get your who do we have in the first? So you picked Jamar Chase at 2, right? You have Chase and Trey Lance. That combo would be great. I think since we went with Zach Wilson, we go on the other side of the ball, focus on that side.
Defense.
Yeah, and Joseph Ossai is a pretty good pick. I don't know about 23. He probably would go a little bit later in the draft, but this is kind of where I see them picking a guy like him. 24, same idea, pretty much the same player. Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh's thing right now is, what are they going to do with Ben? Are they sticking with Ben? They got Haskins.
For sure, all the best rookie quarterbacks are gone by now for sure. So
right, I mean there are players, a
couple of them, yeah,
that are probably gonna drop 3rd, 4th round. You're gonna stop seeing quarterbacks come off right here. So if Pittsburgh Steelers don't trade up, I think they stick with a tackle here. It's a safe, safe pick for them. 25, I got Kadarius Toney. I don't know why the picture's so faded, but you got Joseph Ossai, so not very far from each other in picks. I think Kadarius Toney's probably your 5th best option on the board. So I think they're okay with getting him since they went with Trevor Lawrence. They're like, okay, let's start building around him. They got DJ Chark, I think who's still really good. You just need that 2 guy there in Jacksonville. And Ossai is not bad here either. Here we have defense for the Browns. Zaven Collins. A lot of people are high on him now. I do have him in the first round, not to the Browns, but linebacker or edge really is going to be your best bet.
I feel like they could both play about the same spot almost too. I mean,
yeah, Zaven Collins is definitely going to be. You could definitely bring him on blitzes. I think, right. I think speed for the Browns is a key here in this draft and on the defensive side of the ball. They got good playmakers as far as they got a few good linebackers already, but their key pieces are really the defensive line and the cornerback position. So got to build around those strong suits. 27, we got Baltimore. I don't even have Mo Rig in the first round, but yeah, this would be a very good spot for him to land.
It's crazy. He looked like he had some Raven type gear right there.
Yeah, no, it's crazy when you think about it, how often college players go to teams that end up looking like their college team, like Drew Brees, he played for, what was it, Purdue? And they have the gold helmet just like the Saints.
Yeah.
There's a few players that have like that transition. It's crazy. Yeah, I got to guard.
Tucker would definitely work for them too.
Right. You got to protect your guy for the future. You got to get protect Lamar Jackson. So it's definitely a value pick. They're probably Baltimore, if they're really wanting a tackle or a guard very bad, they're probably going to trade up. But this is where I have them picking Vera Tucker. Saints, really hard pick for me here. I didn't really know where to go because I know Drew Brees is probably out the door. They're probably looking for a quarterback. And if you want my real prediction, I think they're going to trade up. But considering we can't trade up, this is the pick. Asante Samuel Jr., realistically, probably late first round to early second round pick. And you got Aziz Ojulari.
I'm trying to say that last name.
Yeah, he's a good pass rusher. You stick him on the other side of Cameron Jordan.
Yeah, definitely.
And you got yourself a pretty good pass rushing combo right there. 29 Green Bay Packers. Again, we have the same idea. And it's not even, I think with these offensive tackle picks, it's question marks at the quarterback position. I think Rodgers is going to want to play again, another season. They went far last year. I don't see why not. But you got to get a guy.
Not, you still got to protect Jordan Love. So
exactly, or whoever's back there. So it's not wrong to go with more protection for your question mark quarterback.
I agree.
Buffalo Bills. Really the pick here was recency bias for me with Owusu Kamara. And Kadarius Toney here would be a great pick too, especially if they keep Stephon Diggs and they have those weapons for Josh Allen. But you can't go wrong anywhere. Buffalo was solid last year. I think they're just a couple plays away from being where they want to be. Chiefs, I got Zaven Collins here. This would be probably a steal for them, considering the kind of defense they showed in the Super Bowl. That's probably what they're looking, or the lack of offense, I should say. But it's not like, it's more like offensive line help. That's really it. You got to protect. And I think all the tackles and guards have really went at this point. You draft the guy on defense, and of course you got Asante Samuel Jr.
Yeah, I think Tyrann Mathieu definitely needs some help out there.
Yeah, you got to get those guys some help because, I mean, for Tom to put up 31 when he's 40-something years old, it's kind of crazy, kind of silly. Last pick here, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, defense. It kind of won them the Super Bowl. You want to get some young guys in there. Now, I picked Nick Bolton knowing that they have good linebacker pieces there, but those guys are interchangeable. He's kind of like that hybrid anyways. So he's going to play the coverage. He's going to be there for the run stop. You got a D tackle, which is probably more important because you stick him there. If Sue's going to be there or not, you could stick him right beside him, and I think that'll be a good combo.
Right. Yeah, I like both of these picks for sure.
Yeah, and that about does it. That's the first round, man. I'd like to get some feedback on this. See what you guys think.
Yeah, if they like it and turn up, we can go ahead and give them a few more rounds.
Right. We'll do a whole 7 round if it is, what it is. But I still got a lot of player personnel to watch, a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that I probably left out of here that could have been easily like safety. I think we had one safety between me and you both. There's definitely probably a safety to fall, first round. But yeah,
I
man.
can see us grabbing one.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like you could put Micah Parsons at safety. I'm not Micah Parsons, sorry. Patrick Surtain at safety.
Yep, I agree. Some Byron Jones type player.
Right. He's gonna play inside the box, outside the box. He could, if you got a need at the corner, he could play outside. Definitely something to look out for. But yeah, man, if you guys like it, let us know. We'll do another round. We'll even do another first round because Caleb wasn't here, or whatever. Shit, I like doing it. It's fun. But yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think.